I was having a rather random nightmare about not sleeping. So I was having a nightmare about not sleeping and being awake when actually I was asleep. So yeah, I'm feeling alright. I'm striking it alright, putting it pretty well. Short game's not exactly where I need it to be, but I think one of the advantages of playing a course like this is a lot of the places where you get to, a lot of it's going to be a chip and run anyway, which I feel quite comfortable with. But hey, listen, I'm going to beat fairways and greens, so I don't even need to worry about that, do I? I'm probably feeling the most confident about this one, but I'm also feeling probably the most settled is probably the right word. I'm just feeling quite relaxed, quite happy to be here, and I think the course and today, it's a perfect day really. So if you're going to play West Lancs, like this is the day to play it. I've got Lee on the bag as well. He's a member, a putting coach, you know, so if I don't putt well, it's his fault. Kids, don't clean your clubs. It'll unmask all manner of sins. Yeah, I was just cleaning my 3-wood and I noticed that the flight a couple of days ago, it was a bit weird. It was quite high and spinny. I just thought it was me. And then I was checking the face, and there was like a definite like shade difference where I was cleaning it in the light between top and the bottom, and it just like cracked right along the middle and caved in. Couldn't believe it. It's my favourite club as well, and around West Lancs in these conditions, like use it a lot. So I've got the updated version in the bag. So fingers crossed it performs. It's such a cliche, but taking one shot at a time, not getting too high if you hit a good shot, not getting too low if you hit a bad shot, just trying to stay calm, like treating everything as the same. And I did it really well in my last comp, and that's all I'm going to try and do this comp as well. I think, you know, you hear it a lot, just like going through a process every shot. So it's just doing the same thing every shot, and in the end, hopefully that result adds up, but only one way to find out. And I've been working, I've been practicing, probably not quite as much as I would have wanted to. I've been nursing a back injury, a couple of wrist injuries. Well, I've only got 2 wrists, so wrist injuries, and a little bit of travel up to St Andrews as well. So it's been busy, but it's been good. I mean, it's just golf season's back. It's great. I didn't actually feel too nervous, to be honest. I think the setup of kind of West Lancs today, and obviously it's already prepped up for final qualifying as well. I think it looks really cool. It looks really good, and with all the open branding around the tees, and it's class, to be fair. Yeah. On the first tee, my main thought was, oh my God, hit the club face, oh my God, don't miss the club face. Those were my main thoughts. Then I hit it okay, to be fair. I had to replace my 3-wood last night after my trusty one cracked, which was not ideal, and just kind of squirreled it out to the right a touch, but had a decent lie, hit it over the back, hit a really good putt, just left it short in the jaws from off the back, and then started off with a solid par. I felt really comfortable. I felt really comfortable on the second as well, and just a bit of a nightmare in that rough, and ended up with 3-putt and a double. It was, I don't know, I found it quite hard to recover from that, to be honest. I think when you double that, like if you double your second hole, especially a par 5, I only had a 5-iron in, it's kind of like that, just that buzzing in your ears, and it's kind of like trying not to like panic too much, trying not to throw up in your mouth too much, and just try and settle down again. And to be fair, it was weird. I can't remember a round where I've struck the ball as well, but actually scored so poorly. It's a really weird round today. Just very strange. I think kind of one under, looking at the scores from yesterday, one under would have been safe. So that was the target. And it's a course that really you've got to just be steady, you've got to be straight, you've got to grind out your pars, and then just hopefully chalk up a few birdies on the way. You're going to make mistakes out there because it is just such a hard course, and you're going to find yourself in some pretty dodgy situations. And all I wanted to do was just try and be steady, and I just made some real sloppy mistakes around the green, just like racked up a couple bogeys, which, especially 8 and 9, were just, you shouldn't have been bogeying those 2 holes. I had 2 chances really to get a birdie and ended up bogeying. It's just not ideal. Played the back 9. I was playing like fairly steady, nothing exciting really happening, and then kind of birdied 16, was 4 over at that point, and obviously I kind of knew that I wasn't going to make the number, but even so, like 17, like to to find myself in like the back of that bunker, like with literally no shot, end up doubling that's the margin around this particular type of course as well. Like you can only be a little bit offline in the wrong position, and you're just fighting to try and get out of there with a par, or in that case just even a bogey. And then that melted my brain. It's one of those, like you go up to it and your heart kind of sinks a little bit. But listen, I was on that tee and I thought, well, I need to basically try and hole it, like if I got any chance. So I went at it, when really like it should have just been a little bit right, a little bit short off the tee shot. But listen, it was kind of done by then. So to be fair, I thought course-wise it was playing good. It was playing fair. Probably most disappointing from today is I gave myself a good 10 chances probably for birdie there, and I only really converted a couple of them. And it was just, I was just not quite at it, just not quite attacking enough. And it's not very easy to say now, but just one of those days, just really flat. Well, now I've done it, it's my 3rd time here, I think, and I've basically had, I think I was 4 over, 3 over, and then I was hoping to get obviously better this time and then gone back up, but I don't know to be honest. I think we've obviously got next year's 150th at St Andrews, which, just all of that sounds great. So, maybe I'll give it another year, but I don't know. There's probably a few things I need to figure out in my game first. I think a lot. Golf. I need to figure out golf basically. It was a really well put together video, and I think the feedback from everyone as well has been fantastic. I've had a lot of people who watch my videos go over to watch it and comment, but also like people who've I've not really noticed before, like come across to my stuff and kind of talk about how much they enjoyed it. So stuff like that and videos and this type of process, it just it kind of opens up this kind of type of event and exactly what goes on outside the main bit of the Open. So I think it's great, and hopefully it is something that we'll carry on as well. I don't know, I think it's obviously it's a big disappointment for me, but I think people, when they do kind of watch the stuff and they do support kind of the whole kind of process of going through the qualification, it's obviously amazing if I was to get through to finals and then see what we could do there, but at the end of the day, golf's hard. There's 150 people playing or whatever it is today, and only 20 odd are going to get through. So I'm not going to be the only disappointed golfer out there today. So it's just is what it is. Just going to put out a post, tell them what I've shot, how I did, and tomorrow just get back at it really. I'm going to get a review of this done. I think I've got next comp's only in a few weeks, and I've got a few weeks to try and get quite a bit filmed. Probably just out on the course again, like just take advantage of the nice weather. I think I'm definitely not as far along the line mentally as I'd want to be. I think full swing and ball striking is getting a lot better, but it's just when I'm faced with a kind of 15-foot putt and I'm just not confident about kind of holing it. That's nothing to do with technique. That's more to do with kind of what's going on in my head. So that's the thing which is probably the most in need of work. It's also the hardest thing to work on, because you can't just go beat 100 balls and try and put it right. You got to spend a bit of time thinking. It's not my strength. So that's what I've got to work on going forward. But listen, it's if I'm going to do open qualifying again next year, I'm going to do like the same series again next year. The process all starts again tomorrow. Really, it's just an ongoing thing. I need to get more into the mentality of this just being another event and just playing in loads of events leading up to it.